Hi guys, so I promised to some of you to make a video about our experience living without electricity because, to be honest, I have no wish to go back to those dark times, but at the same time I understand that there are not many people in this world, in the civilized world, that have gone through something similar, so I think it would be really just unique and valuable to share those experiences with you. If you're new to this channel, then you might not know, but we spent exactly 13 months without any kind of electricity, and we didn't have any kind of generator nor any kind of alternative electricity sources. We literally lived without power in the house for 13 months, and these are the 10 things we learned from this whole experience. So I hope that you're going to find this video useful and perhaps humbling, and I hope that it will make you feel more grateful for the life that you have, because it's surely done that to me. So first of all, lesson number 1 is never buy too many things in farmers markets or supermarkets or whatever. Basically, it taught me to really plan very well what kind of food I need for a week and to buy just what I need. Before, I used to throw away some food sometimes because I was buying too much and I just couldn't use everything up. And then the fridge was so full that I didn't even know what I had. It was really difficult to keep track of things I had. As a result, we were losing money, we were wasting precious food, and I just didn't like the whole situation. But as we didn't have the fridge working, we had a kind of DIY box with ice blocks inside, so the amount of food we could store was very limited, and it really taught me how to buy just what we need, not any more than that, and it's just such a great skill to have. My lesson number 2 is don't switch on a computer unless you actually need to work or do something important. I definitely don't leave it on all day long now. First, because it uses electricity and I'm trying to use as little electricity as possible, and second, simply because it leads to mindless browsing and it's just not a very healthy way to live. So I try to switch it on only when I need it, and throughout the day, if I need to check on something, I'll just use my phone, and I find that it's a much better lifestyle. Lesson number 3 is actually a very important one. We were really bad at this before, and that's asking for help from people. We're the kind of people who like to rely on ourselves, and we hate asking people for help. We love helping people, but somehow we always felt really bad asking for favors. And obviously we didn't have electricity, so we relied on other people to let us use the washing machine so we could do our laundry. And it was really difficult at the beginning because we just didn't know how to ask for help. But at the same time, it was a great experience because we found some great friends who were willing to help us, and it really made us see that life with people helping you is actually so much better. So now we're not afraid to ask for help. At the same time, if we can do things ourselves, we definitely prefer to rely on ourselves and not ask for help, but it's good to know how to do that. And the next point is actually very related to the previous one, and that's learn who your true friends are. This experience definitely taught us who our friends are, because a lot of people didn't want to help. A lot of people like to spend time with you only when there is certain pleasure or fun activities involved, and they disappear when you need a bit of help. So I needed some fridge space, and somebody refused to give me a little corner of the fridge, and a lot of things like that. So it was definitely a healthy lesson. Some people are not really your friends. They're there just because they need you for some reasons, but they're not ready to give it back to you. So this is definitely a very valuable lesson, because now the friends that we have, we know they're true friends and they're ready to help us, which is really good. Now, lesson number 5 is go out and meet people. Instead of being stuck at home or at work looking at the computer 24/7, just go out and meet people. Because we didn't have electricity and we work online, so without electricity at the beginning, before we created all these ways to work, we actually didn't have much to do. So we're just going out for a walk with our dog, and we met so many incredible people. We made so many new friendships, and just talking to people on the road is actually a very interesting experience, because obviously we went for walks before as well, but because we're always in a hurry, we didn't seem welcoming or approachable, and so we never really started conversations with people. But when we slowed down and started walking, just looking around, it was incredible how many contacts we made. It was such a great experience. The next point is kind of similar, and it's slow your life down a bit and go out and just enjoy the sunshine. enjoy any little detail around you. Stop looking at your computer and your phone all the time and just look up and you'll see so many amazing things. Not having electricity at home definitely taught us to slow down and look around so much more. The next lesson is probably my favorite one, and it's that a warm shower is truly the best pleasure in life. I can't even tell you what my first shower felt like. It was amazing. But at the same time, before we lost electricity, I used to have really long showers, and if it was, let's say, a cold winter day, I used to just stay under the water, standing and warming up for many minutes. And thinking back now, I think it was wasteful and unnecessary, and it really didn't have to be done like that. So obviously when we didn't have electricity, our showers were completely different, because we were warming up some water on the stove and then diluting it with some cold water to make perfect body temperature water, and we were just rinsing ourselves with it. So obviously it wasn't like a proper shower experience. So now that we have warm water again, I still stick to the same rules, and I don't have long showers. I don't just stand there under the stream. I actually have really quick showers, and I like that because I save time, and I also don't waste valuable resources. I don't waste electricity, I don't waste water, and I think it's also a great thing to learn. Now the next lesson is a very important one, but we haven't been very good at following it, but it's definitely in our minds, and we're going to reinforce it as soon as we can. And that's no technology and no Wi-Fi after 8 p.m. And this is so important. Obviously without electricity we were forced to have it every single night, and we were just relaxing with candlelights and a nice dinner every single night. But now that electricity is back, we feel like we are kind of losing our quality of life again, because we're just always working, always stuck to our laptop or computer, always doing something technology related, and it's really not the best thing in the evening. So our rule is to switch off Wi-Fi at 8 o'clock, because Wi-Fi can be really detrimental to your health. So we switched off at 8 o'clock, and then the rest of the evening we just watch a movie or eat our dinner, have a chat, and it's so much better like this. The next lesson is also quite difficult to comply to, but it's also so important, and it's going to bed early by 10 o'clock and waking up early at the same time. And this has so many incredible benefits. When we didn't have electricity, again, it was because we didn't have a choice. So we went to bed early because otherwise the night would have been too long. So we got into this habit of going to bed before 10 p.m. and then waking up really early. And we would really like to stick to that habit, because if you go to bed really early, your quality of sleep is so much better. You wake up so much more rested. At the same time, you wake up early, which means that your morning is going to be so much longer, so much more productive. Your day is just going to be so much better. When you go to bed early, it's also so much easier to fall asleep. And what we notice is that our natural time when we get tired and want to go to bed is around 9:30, between 9:30 and 10. So if you go to bed, if you catch that time when you're actually tired, you'll fall asleep effortlessly straight away. But if you live through it, and if you wait until midnight or your next wave of energy, it's going to be really difficult to wind down and fall asleep. So it's definitely so important for us to go to bed early. And our last lesson is trying to save as much electricity everywhere as possible, because we realized that we could perfectly live without electricity for so many months. So why not try and minimize the use of it right now? We're going to save money, we're going to save resources, we're going to save the environment. Every little thing helps, and if each of us did things like this, then the world would be so much cleaner and so much better. So we've done so many things, like, for example, changing all our bulbs to LEDs because they save so much money. They are a bit of an investment at the beginning, but then you end up saving so much money, and it's so cool. And then Luca also made this really cool lighting under our kitchen cabinets just to light all the worktop. So it's much more fun for me to cook, but at the same time, all of this lighting uses much less light than our lights before, so that's also really good. We also got a tiny mini oven, which is only 20 liters, which is so much better than our big oven, which I think is around 60 liters. And I don't even think we used this oven once since we got it, because the small one is so effortless. I switched on and it's hot within a few minutes. I use so much less electricity, so I don't have to worry about using it and spending too much money. Another thing we got into the habit of doing is not switching on the light if we go to the loo in the middle of the night. First of all, because it disrupts your sleep because of the blue light. At the same time, we save electricity. And what we do is we use these LED lights which have motion sensors. So as soon as we enter the bathroom, the light switches on by itself, and it's very kind of neutral. It's not blue, and it's not very strong, so it doesn't disrupt the sleep. So these are all the lessons we learned from this crazy experience of living without electricity for 13 months. When they cut off the supply, we didn't think it would be more than 2 or 3 weeks, and then it ended up being more than a year. It's unbelievable. But at the same time, it's good because we know we can survive without electricity if there was any need. And we also stuck together. We didn't start fighting. We actually got even closer together through these hard times. So I think it was a valuable experience, even though it meant that I couldn't be on YouTube or my blog as often as I would have liked. But that's okay. Things are back to normal now, and everything is getting better. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it interesting or inspiring or humbling or whatever it is. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye.